unboxing a figure that I just happened to pick up fairly recently, and yeah, I was very surprised to see that they had them. But today we're going to look at First Time in the Line, Series 112, Elite J.D. McDonagh. I think this is, I want to say, this is like prior to him joining Judgment Day. I mean, I know that, he definitely was on Raw around this point, but I don't remember if he had already joined the group or not. But let's take a look at the packaging on the back. Okay, and there we have a shot of JD there on the back. It says he's from Bray County, Wicklow, Ireland, which is exactly the same place where Finn Balor is from, and I believe Finn and him actually worked together. I think that I remember reading that Finn was actually his mentor. He's 5'10". He weighs 180 pounds, and his finisher is the Devil Inside. And it says the Irish Ace aligned himself with his mentor Finn Balor. There you go. In an attempt to gain the favor of Monday Night Raw's most dangerous faction, the Judgment Day. In his career highlights, he's the NXT Cruiserweight Champion, and he's also, at the time of recording, the WWE Raw Tag Team Champion with Finn. What are you guys' thoughts on what's going on with Judgment Day? Do you like the Street Crash version of them, or do you like the original faction? I think that we're definitely teasing that we're gonna finish Judgment Day. I think that a lot of the stars are starting to gain popularity apart from the faction. Most notably, Dominic Mysterio. And I'm also hoping that in the future we push Finn to actually finally be a world champion. I think that feels like the direction that we could be going in, especially just because of the teases that we're going to be ending the group. Oh, I'm sorry about that. If you can hear that, that is my dog. She seems to have found herself a little squeaky toy to play with. But yeah, there we go. And this is the other figures in the line. The only, I want to say 3 that I'm very much just looking forward to finding is the Bray Wyatt, the Becky Lynch, and I don't know, do I want Channing? Do I want Channing Stacks, Lorenzo? That's a really interesting question. Just because I don't really follow NXT like that, but he'd be interesting to have, especially with the Dawn. Who I've had in my hands a few times, and I just did not pick him up. I don't, for whatever reason, I can't figure it out. Anyway, I'm going to stop talking, and we are going to open this up. As per usual, trusty knife. We're going to cut right there. Oops. That's not the best cut job I could have done, but it's okay. It doesn't want to fucking do it. Sorry. There we go. Okay, I think we got all the bases. And there we go. Got it open. Got a little flap in the back. And we can get to reviewing the figure. Be right back. Okay, so here we have JD McDonagh out of the packaging. I'd say the head sculpt is not bad. I think it's a little cartoony looking, if I'm honest. I think that they're not being entirely honest anymore about the true effect scans, or I think that because they've changed the factory that they operate out of, it's definitely causing them to have a cutting costs in terms of the true effects thing, or probably they just can't get it to work. But it's not terrible head sculpt. I'm sure that when JD gets like a basic, it'll probably be better. But here we go. we have him at a packaging. He has green gear, and he does come with what we will call our first accessory that we will actually go into is a rubber, I guess you want to call it a jacket, sleeveless jacket. Not even a jacket, I guess you'd call it a coat. And it's fairly nicely detailed, if I'm honest. It very much reminds me that we still are doing things with rubber. And sometimes, like I said, that's okay, I guess. I don't know that I needed a cloth goods coat for this particular superstar. But from the side, it is a much better look for him. But yeah, just very plain Jane black boots. Once we get the actual, like I said, the coat off, I'm sure we'll probably get a better look at his gear, and then we can assess, how he looks. Do we think that JD and Finn are actually going to retain the titles against the War Raiders, or do we think that they're actually going to lose it? I think they might lose it just because I feel like it's going to be the real breakdown of ending the Judgment Day, personally. Nice little Irish ace with an ace logo on the back and his initials of JD. Again, nothing really special about the boots. Yeah. Alright, let's take the coat off. Okay, and here we go. We have JD without the coat. And I gotta be honest, I think that without the coat, he does look a little bit better. I think that the torso they went for it's alright. I wouldn't say it's the greatest thing, but also it's JD McDonough. I'm not looking for them to give me perfection here with this. Here we go. So his attire, a closer look at that. You got some green accents on the side. Nothing on the back. And repeat it again. Okay. And if you'll notice, he has a man bun head sculpt, but in the packaging, he did come with another hairstyle, and I am actually very excited to show you that when I show you guys the accessories, which we're going to get into right now. Okay, so in terms of accessories, you have your traditional 2 fists. You have 2 open hands and 2 mic holding hands on the figure. We already showed you the vest, and now let's show you this. Now, if you remember, I did a review a long time ago of the Rick Boogs figure, and the Rick Boogs figure had a similar, I want to say prototype for this new technology that they're trying to attempt with certain hairstyles that some superstars do don, aka a band bun, or I think it's a great way of using the same head sculpt without having to give you a whole nother one, which I'm all for. But if I remember correctly, the one with the Rick Boogs had the long hair and then he had the short hair, and so he had a hole on the top of his freaking head and it just didn't look appealing. And then I think the first time they tried this was with Jimmy Uso, but I did not get that figure. But let me show you how this works. So if you're a person who has collected, I want to say figure arts figures, especially like the Dragon Ball Z ones, you would know that they have a technology where they could actually remove the hairpiece, like so. And then you would just take this piece and put it on top, like that. And then you have a whole different looking figure with a different head sculpt. And I won't lie to you, this head sculpt is 10 times better. Wow. Now that I wonder if also in the future we will follow suit with what Figuarts does sometimes too, where you can actually remove the expression and change the facial expression and put it in the back of the head like you could with that. I think that would be neat. I think that it probably could be something that we look forward to, probably with, Ultimate Editions. I think that would be really neat, really cool, and push Elites or, like I said, Ultimate Edition just ahead of the game. Of course, once we fix these terrible issues, which let's get into it because it's time for the articulation. Let's be as direct as we can be. You can rotate the head all the way around, go far to the side, go all the way around, rotate. Hello? Rotate? Okay. Bend about that far forward. Does have ab crunch. Bend the wrist. He has an incredibly loose waist here, which is terrifying because usually those are subject to break very easily. I can rotate the thigh. Oh my god. Sorry guys, it was a little terrifying. Can bend about that far because of course the knee pads. I'm very surprised that they use these old boots. These are such old Elite boots. Oh, god. Like back in the day. And you can kick to the side like so. And now here is the problem. Yeah. The right leg does not want to move. So, yeah. Alright guys, now that we've seen the articulation, let's take it on home. Okay guys, so that is going to do it on our review of Elite Series 112 JD McDonough. I'd say that if you're trying to complete your Judgment Day collection, totally pick this figure up and add him to your collection. Or, if you want to expand on your Finn Balor collection just because, he is his protege at one point, for sure. Or even if you're just trying to expand your roster of figures for your, your Fig Fed or your collection, pick them up, sure. I think that there's a lot of things to like here, but of course, you do have to keep in mind that he does suffer from the QC error of his leg getting stuck, but, of course you can just heat it up and you'll have to, have a little fun time doing that, because there's a lot of figures that I personally own that have this problem, but that's neither here nor there. Anyway, yeah, that's going to do it for me today. Hope you guys enjoyed this video, and stay warm, guys, truly. Do your best to stay warm. It's quite cold. And this is Blitz saying, peace.